This video's random fact is, a 2014 survey found that 1 in 4 Americans thought the sun revolved around the earth. The more you know. When it comes to the Nintendo Switch already has a lot of great games, whether we're talking about first-party games, third-party games, indie games, the list goes on of very great games that are currently already on the Nintendo Switch. I would actually say at this very moment, it's definitely worth your time and money to go ahead and pick up a Nintendo Switch. The catalog is already well off the ground. It's already booming just after 2 years after the system already came out. It's definitely worth every single penny of the asking price of the Nintendo Switch. It looks like we may be getting 2 more first-party titles on the Nintendo Switch. Now keep in mind, this may not be true and these may not even come to the Nintendo Switch, but it's also nice talking about these rumors and things like that that are currently going around the internet. Now, Nintendo has filed 2 trademarks for 2 Wii games. The first Wii game being Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy has been trademarked for Nintendo. They filed it recently, and I can actually see that coming to the Nintendo Switch. This would be the first time Super Mario Galaxy ever seen a port or a remake, and it would make sense because that game is a game that sold phenomenally well. I know it sold phenomenally well, but just to see it in HD would be very good, and on top of that, you do have to realize Super Mario Galaxy is a very well-beloved 3D Mario game, and a lot of people love that series, and that game does kind of support multiplayer. It doesn't support the greatest multiplayer, but it does support multiplayer in either way. And on top of that, this game does support motion controls, and you guys know the Nintendo Switch does support motion controls, so it kind of makes sense to be on the Nintendo Switch. But then again, it also does puzzle me, if they're going to trademark this game, why would they want to put Super Mario Galaxy over Super Mario 3D World? I think if you ask me, Super Mario 3D World makes more sense for a port compared to Super Mario Galaxy for one obvious reason. If you play Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 3D World, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about Super Mario 3D World having great multiplayer, and it's kind of like a no-brainer since the Wii U sold bad, and on top of that, it has phenomenal multiplayer. And the Switch, you guys know, comes with 2 Joy-Cons in the box, so it just makes sense. You'd be able to slide off the Joy-Cons in the box, get down to playing your 3D World, and then overall, it just makes a whole bunch of sense to port that game. But I guess maybe they just don't want to do that. They would want to do something a little bit older. And then the next one that they actually filed a trademark for was a Metroid Other M. Yes, Metroid Other M was the other one they filed a trademark for. Usually when companies file trademark for something, they're going to do something with it. Why would they just file a trademark and then not really do anything with these properties? So I think Nintendo's going to do something with both these games. Again, Metroid Other M is kind of a weird one because a lot of fans didn't really like Metroid Other M. It was just a really weird Metroid game. A lot of people are actually talking about how Nintendo might actually do the Metroid Trilogy. The Metroid Trilogy seems more obvious because Metroid Prime 4 is coming out this year, or should be coming out sometime in the near future on the Nintendo Switch, already confirmed, and you can get people excited for the Metroid Prime 4 by releasing the Metroid Prime Trilogy, but by releasing Metroid Other M, it's just kind of a weird move from Nintendo, and that game is not the greatest. But then again, what Nintendo could do when they actually move it over to the Nintendo Switch, they could make a lot of equality of life changes to that game to make that game a much more better game, and then maybe more people be interested in that game. But I would see them actually going the Metroid Prime Trilogy over this, or heck, they could be going all out and they could actually be giving us both games, Metroid Other M and Metroid Prime Trilogy as well. But those are just some of the games that Nintendo recently trademarked, and who knows what Nintendo's actually going to do with these trademarks for these 2 games. Who knows anyway. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from MyTech News, signing out. Peace.